your environment could temper how you like perceive things too. What I mean by that is like you may be happy-go-lucky, but they might try to get that out of you, so you become more moody and broody. But like deep down inside, you still want to be happy-go-lucky.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Irbal Sinergy podcast. I'm your host, as always, Sinji. With me, also as always, the Sound Master, the Troll Master, Irby.
It's a me.
It's a you.
You want snacking?
Mackin'.
Mac and cheese? No gimmicks?
No gimmicks to mac and cheese. All right. Okay.
Yeah, you know, don't put no raisins in mac and cheese.
Like my mac touching yams.
I don't know about that, but hey.
What they talking? I ain't talking about nothing.
Yeah.
You got a flavor this week, dog?
I do.
What might that be?
It's when my boy Ashta did the perfect devil union. I was like, oh, my boy, he's up there.
Now,
no, I didn't get to the part where you told me where Julius
no. That's
Novachronos
not what I was
is.
gonna ask. That's not what I was gonna
Oh,
ask. That's
okay.
water under the bridge.
Is it though?
To me,
We in
it
the
is.
desert.
To me, it is. If he did the union thing, then you know the story behind his devil, right?
Yeah, you just completed full union. I stopped right there.
Gotcha. So, but like you know the origin, like what his devil was doing before he was with him, right?
No, they tell you that after, don't they?
I
Because
don't
they ain't
know.
told me.
I don't know, cause that's why I'm trying to be very
Yes, I
vague.
know the story.
Okay, cool. Isn't it crazy how much Asta is like his mom?
Why would it be crazy?
I don't know.
I mean, he is half hers.
I don't know if personalities are genetic.
They are.
Are they?
You get most of your stuff from your parents.
But personalities are genetic?
You aspects of your personalities are genetic.
I all thought that was like your personality is all heavily influenced by the people like you're around, and like he was never around his mom, so it was weird. That's how I thought of it.
No, like it's personality is innately like your own thing, but like for example, both me and my mom like crime mystery movies, but like we never. When I was little, we didn't used to watch those kind of things together. But then, like once I got older, I was like, "Oh, I want to watch this stuff." And then so we.
But do you think that's a personality? Like she passed that on to you, or you just happen to be interested? Like you both just have something in common. Like wouldn't it be weird to like just say it was passed? Like anything you have in common with your parents is something they passed on to you.
Yeah, I would say it's more so it's there and you just like have to like discover it per se. But yeah, because people could be more temperamental like their mom or their dad, or like if they're apt to see like how somebody acts, like their temperament or whatever is kind of like that. So but yeah, you can have a happy-go-lucky goofy personality, even though you live in like a abusive household, or if you was like adopted or something, you can be happy-go-lucky, but you just aren't able to do that and express yourself in that mean. So, but
This
yeah,
went
probably
way
does,
left more than I intended, but I was just curious.
yeah, environment probably does play a role, but like inherently you're going to end up like being yourself, even if you don't have like a role model per se. But you want to go even more left?
I don't know. That sounds. I'm curious what more left is, but I don't know if I want to go.
Yeah, so there's actually an article out there that says you get some of your kinks from your parents.
Like Are we talking?
Inks, I'll just leave it at that, my guy. Crazy stuff, right?
Um, I don't know, man. I'm just
Yeah,
I uh, I guess I
yeah,
don't know. Okay, or whatever. I don't want to
yeah.
know.
I
I don't
mean,
want to know what my parents' kinks are.
you already know what they are because you got a few of them.
No, no.
Yeah,
I will neither confirm nor deny that because I don't know.
yeah, exactly. You don't want to know.
I don't want to know.
Yeah. So there you go.
I don't
Even
know.
more
I don't
left.
want to. There you go.
Yeah. So more left to you.
Did I talk about the last episode of Diamond last week?
I think you did about how Vegeta was a simpleton and they
Um.
did him wrong or something.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Then I think I can talk about this. I don't think that was the last episode. I watched the last episode. Um. My flavor is Super Saiyan 4 Goku's Kamehameha wave.
Interesting.
Yeah. It was a big, very huge. Yeah, that's all. That was all. I didn't need to go into. What do you want to talk about, Irby?
We got whatever you want to talk about. We could do a little bit of Black Clover. I mean, there wasn't much with what I read. It was essentially they introduced the vice captain and all that stuff, and everyone's training and fighting to go save Yami. Which, mind you, I feel like that man should be dead because his heart's gone, but somehow Gray has a power, but didn't exactly say what her power was. I don't know if it was creation magic or something, but like she says, like, "Oh yeah, Yami's back, and now he's slicing up folks with Ashta, and then he got his arm cut off too." I was like, "Huh." And Seki haha, that man.
Sicky, ha
But
ha.
yeah, I don't think there's too much there because there's just the usual montage, and I don't think we learned much of anything else. But yeah, I enjoyed it for what it was. And then Ashta made his perfect devil union, and all the humans with devils are jealous. So
Perfect
I
unison. Well, that's because they tamed theirs and he befriended his.
yeah, but I don't know. Though. I feel like the vice captain was probably the closest one to it because they actually talk and have conversations.
Yeah, he could with them most likely, but like the nature of how it's already done, I don't know if he's trusting enough to do it. Like I feel like his devils would go into a unison with him, but like I don't know if he's trusting enough to do it. Um,
I got the feeling that he was like, oh, so this is what a perfect devil union looks like. So I feel like he'd be down for it.
maybe
So I don't know. But then again, he couldn't be the first one to do a perfect devil union in Asta's story.
could. That's true.
Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah. Um. Do I have anything before I get into the joke? I'm just wondering if I have anything else that I want to talk. I mean, ReZero has been pretty good. I just don't know if it's hard to have a discussion about like ReZero when you're not watching.
Talking about ReZero. Yeah,
Yeah,
dog. Forgot all about it.
I don't.
But yeah, did
I don't really
go
like
ahead.
the. I'm noticing like I'm much more entertained when when we're talking about like something we can both talk about. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Me
I
not
feel
finishing
you.
sentences.
Yeah. I'll say I did catch the other case of the doctor Amiku MD. She
Doctor Miku MP. What? I'm sorry.
yeah, she's a doctor that solves rare cases in folks. Yeah, I thought about her before. Uh, she could have got my flavor this week. How she disproved this one illness because the lady was going to sue her because she misdiagnosed her son, and so they was about to shut everything down.
Shut
And
it down.
yeah, she's like, no, this can't be. You know, I was doing this, and this, and it should be this. And so she found it out, the reason why, and I was like, oh man, that's. I think she said it was Munch-Hunted syndrome or something. I forget the term, but I was like, oh man,
I'm with you.
yeah. It's good though. I enjoyed it. It's not your typical anime. It gives you makes you think a little bit more, and you have to do certain things.
I do like thinking. I do like thinking.
Do you?
Yeah, if it's a doesn't look old or doesn't look like the beginning of JoJo's, I would give it a shot.
I think if it looks like the beginning of JoJo's, you should give it a shot.
I mean,
It's
with
because
that
look at
art,
you
that's a
now.
solid. Hey, listen. That's a solid argument.
Yeah,
I'm just saying it might be a few years before I give it a shot.
yeah, because yeah, the first few episodes of JoJo, I was like, "Whoo, boy, like, it's rough," but I do enjoy it now. The JoJo's,
Do
but yeah, we might as
enjoy
well
the
get into it
JoJo's.
because you probably be talking about it for hours now.
Okay, all right, JoJo's. All right. Well, I'll do it in segments. Okay, so like we're finishing up 13. Def 13. We're gonna talk about Judgment, and then we're gonna talk about a little of High Priestess.
Mhm.
Def 13. We finished it up with you know, Kakuin was like thought he was going crazy, and he convinced himself because he started catching the baby doing crazy shit. Like a scorpion entered his bed and like he killed it with a safety pin, or the safety pin of his diaper or whatever. So Kakuin was like convinced he had to show everyone that this baby was a stand user. He brought out his stand, but then Polnareff knocked him unconscious, which interesting tidbit coming later.
I just want to interject though.
Go ahead.
Why did no one look for the safety pin with the scorpion on it besides Kakuin? Like that was all the proof you needed. And he's like, it's somewhere, and the baby looked like it was struggling in his mouth.
Yeah.
And
So
so
a couple. So like, all right. So a couple things. One, it looked like a couple times Jotaro was like almost there, like believing him. Like the
yeah,
camera would just pan to Jotaro with his face, kind of like, all right, Jotaro is gonna make like a last minute. I believed him the whole time. I knew it was this fucking baby.
he was like,
But yeah, and it never happened. Two, the safety pin. They could have really very easily just checked his diaper and figured out like, oh, it's
exactly.
not there. It's got to be somewhere. Um, yeah, and hit him with his mouth, or
Like you could look at the diaper, you could check the baby's mouth, like you could did a whole bunch of things. Like you just didn't. I feel like that. I don't know if that's you could say they'd be a little lax in the writing there, or they just let it go as a plot point to like push it forward. But either way, I was like, man, like as smart as smart as they've been, they let this little thing trip them up, and
well,
they don't believe.
here's another thing I was thinking. Right. All right. So a quick fast forward. Everyone goes to sleep, and now they're in the dream world. He planned on killing all of them. This stand user is a child, an infant, a baby. Where the fuck was he gonna go after he killed everyone?
Yeah,
He was in the
that was
middle of
another
a
one.
desert in a plane wreck. How was he gonna fend for himself? That's the
Exactly.
first thing I thought when I entered the dream world. Like, okay, let's say you kill everyone. What do you do after? You die.
Yeah. I mean, it might have just been like a one-way mission, or Dio might have went to look for him.
I don't think Dio gives two shits.
Yeah, I don't think he does either.
Listen, I haven't seen too much of this season Dio, but I'm gonna imagine he's the same piece of shit as first season Dio.
Yeah, he's probably even worse. Yeah,
That's worse. He's worse.
yeah.
So that was the thing, and then like here was an interesting fact. Okay, so apparently it's soon because like Kakami showed up as soon as he said this, and it was like, oh, if you guys summoned your sands before you went to sleep, then you'd have a chance. And it's like, really? That's a thing? You could do that? You just summon your because a stand is. Can you define what a stand is to me again? I think I might be misunderstanding something.
It's like the manifestation of like their inner fighting spirit. It's that way. I probably give you an apt
No, that's
definition.
sufficient. That's
And
sufficient.
yeah,
Do you think it should be possible to have your stand summoned while you're sleeping?
I feel like maybe one of the prerequisites is you have to be like cognizant of it.
Maybe,
But
but like as far as I know, a stand's movements is based on your conscious decision. Like a stand's not going to do something you don't want it to do, right? Or am I wrong?
yeah, it's not going to do it unless you like give it like its free range abilities or whatever.
So
But yeah,
unless you can just literally say, "Hey, Stan, watch over me," like I don't think you could predetermine actions to a stand for it to do it. Like I think you have to like for the sake of this argument, I'm gonna say, let's say to make your stand do something, you have to think of the action. And you and your stand are connected, sight and mind, but like that's why it moves because in your head you wanted to do something and it's within its ability to do. Like Jotaro can't make his stand breathe fire; that's not within its ability. But in his head, if he wants his stand to grab a lighter and a hairspray, boom, fireball. Now, what I'm having trouble understanding is how how can you be theoretically unconscious, not unconscious, but like how can someone put you to sleep and you still maintain your stand?
yeah. Apparently, a stand is just like it's an entity physically generated by its owner. Um,
Okay, then maybe you just
yeah,
have
man.
to degenerate it. Maybe it just doesn't go away until you unsummon it,
Yeah, so
which would lead me to believe that maybe it's just. Nah, hold on now, because like it's not like the stand is sleeping. Nah, I need to stop. I'm thinking too. I'm going too deep into
yeah,
this.
it's just a visual manifestation of life energy, the soul of a user.
It did bother me. I just this was my thought process while I was watching. I was like, how the fuck does he have a stand in a dream? I don't feel like this works. Why does this work? Someone explain to me why this works.
Yeah,
And they didn't explain why it worked. Damn it.
yeah.
All the things
So
they have explanations for. You can't tell me why there's no hormone anymore. Why stands work the way they do.
no, there's still hormone. It's
There
just not
is, but
used.
it's not relevant. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
That thing's got used. I'm on episode like 23. That thing's been used like twice.
yeah.
All right, so moving on to Judgment. That's the part 1 and part 2. This episode threw me
Did you
off.
did you finish it? Oh, you I don't think you finished something like that. You finished up with Scorpion. I
Oh,
don't
Death
think you finished
13?
the episode.
Oh, I'm sorry. So Kakyoin, he got knocked out with his stand, so he was in the dream with his stand, and he took care of the baby fairly easily, and no one else remembered when they woke up, but he he managed to, and I think it was because he had his stand, which I also don't understand that. But we're gonna rock with it. No more debating on how this works.
I mean, did the guy? I think part of it is the manifestation of like the energy. When he releases it, it goes back to himself. So one could say the stand makes a difference in the world.
Yeah, maybe like the stand was able to retain the memory, and then it transferred to him because the stand. I don't know. We'll
Yeah,
rock with it.
something like that's how some of the stands they know what's going on with certain things.
So, with that being said, Cochran wakes up. He makes everyone breakfast. Oh, he told him, "Oh, you can do anything in this dream, right?" Well, he fixed my arm because he wrote "baby" stand on his arm. So when everyone else woke up and they didn't remember anything, they're like, "Cochran, are you okay?" It's like, "I'm perfectly fine." But your arm, and then like his arm was okay. Your arm's okay. It's like, "Yeah, bon appetit." I forget how he exactly threatened the baby, but he was like, "Don't come near us again. I don't want to hurt a child, but I will." And just to punish you, man took his shit and mixed it in the baby food. And Joseph
Yeah,
fed him the baby food, but he didn't want to eat it. So Polar came and tickled him so that he'd open his mouth, and then Joseph shoved the food. And oh my god, ew, that was gross.
yeah, it's pretty bad.
It's a cocky man.
But,
Have some class.
yeah, I was like, man, that's it. I was like, I mean, he did warn him though, and so I can't even be mad because the baby, he deserved it. Like the baby could have died, but this didn't.
Hey,
He was
listen,
too.
man. Hey, look. All I'm saying is I have mixed feelings about Judgment.
I would have definitely choked the baby out.
Yeah, that baby needs to die.
If you was good enough to think and kill me, you good enough to die.
Yeah, that baby ain't getting any better with age.
Yeah,
That baby's completely cognizant.
yeah,
Did I use that word correctly?
yeah. I was thinking of mine, so I think it's in the right vein of things.
Hey, listen, I think that's the first time I've ever used that word.
Yeah.
It just came to mind and left my mouth. So I'm like, oh, well. We just use some vocabulary we don't normally use.
Hey,
Expanding the dictionary.
your vernacular, yes.
Yes, my vernacular.
Yeah, so. But yeah,
Judgment.
judgment. Get to that, my good sir.
Listen, I have. First of all, I have mixed emotions about this.
I got mixed emotions.
And because most of like the episode itself is blah, I'm gonna steamroll the first half. So first of all, I want to say, I thought I skipped an episode because the way it started was like a recap, and then I was like, I don't remember seeing any of this. So I went back on episode and I'm like, no, this is Def 13 Part 2. And I go back and I'm like, am I missing something? Was there something showed in the end credits of 13 Def Part 2? Where are we going?
Yeah.
So when we go to this island, Joseph's like, there's someone we need to see. And we see someone that looks like Abdul. And he's like, go away. Anytime someone looks for me, they have bad news. And then Joseph's like, it's his dad. I gotta tell him his son's dead. And Polar goes on a, it's my fault trip and runs into a lamp. He rubs the lamp. Stand comes out. Genie stand comes out. I'm gonna put this out there, and I'm gonna say, I don't know if the stand and the lamp actually coincide with each other. I feel like it was just an act, but if they do, this man has to have one of the worst stands. I feel like, and I think the battle he had only worked for the most part because it was with Polariff and no one else.
Yeah.
With that being said, Genie Stan comes out, and I think Polar was in like not disbelief, but like he was just like, ha, yeah, right. And he just, I think he foolishly or just like playfully said, "Oh, give me money," and I think that's what happened. So then, like, there was treasure behind him. I have suspected that treasure was there beforehand. Maybe that's just one of the things people asked for immediately. So like it was set up, but he could have created it because like of what happened after. That was just my thought at the time. And he was like, if this is real, bring back my sister. And while you're at it, bring back my friend Halfdoll.
Yeah.
So then the sister comes. And he doesn't find her right away. But, like, obviously, you know, there's someone there with him. And I feel like I'm going to jump a little ahead. But I feel like had I thought about it, I would have figured out that Avdol was different than the sister had I bothered to notice that she came back without clothes and he did not.
Yeah.
But what was going on with his eye? And actually, hold on. Because fake Avdol had clothes.
Yeah.
Why didn't she have clothes?
I don't know why she didn't have clothes.
Yeah, why she gotta be naked? Yeah. Fan service, calling it.
I was thinking it could be that or
It was weird. It was his sister. Why make her naked?
or the last image that he'd seen of his sister was of her like dead in the morgue. So you could say it was just that.
Yeah, but they dress you up in the morgue.
They don't dress you up in the morgue.
No, you're naked in the morgue?
Yeah, you lay naked on like the little gurney table.
Oh, you're saying then like the genie stand created the last image in his head of the person.
Yeah.
So, okay.
So-
Okay. So, presumably, the outfit Avdol is wearing is the outfit he had on when he quote unquote died.
Yeah, that was the one.
Oh, or see, I'm glad we have these discussions. You clear things up for me.
Yeah, I could say the only thing that he possibly did was he saw the head and he just made up a woman's body based off the contour of the line. Like he was able to approximate her height and weight and stuff to get it right. That's the only thing I could think of. But he did say he based his stuff off of the memory of like the deep longing or whatever that's in the person.
Well, that's interesting because then you have to kind of like have the ability to look within that person.
Yeah.
So, you know, sister comes back and he spends like 5 minutes chasing her. Oh, go ahead.
Or he
I'll
knew that Avdol was dead with those clothes on. That's the only other thing. I have no idea. I'm just spitballing, stick stuff to the wall, see what sticks, baby.
I think one's sticking. I just don't know which one. I feel like the first one is sticking a little better than the second one. But Polnareff goes chasing his sister for about 5 minutes. He finally runs into her, and she's like, "You'll hate me." And there was already signs that she was eating the fucking wildlife in the area.
Yeah, everything.
She definitely ate the bird.
Yeah, so this is half eaten.
Yeah, she definitely ate the bird. And he was like, "You're gonna hate me." It's like, I can never hate you. What about that time? Nah, I was just mad, but you're the most important person in my life. I'll always love you and think you're beautiful. And it's like, really? It's like, yeah. Then die for me or something like that. And then she like bit his neck or whatever.
Yeah.
So then the genie reappears and he's like, "What is that? I don't want that. Bring her back."
My sister.
Yeah, bring her back for real. It's like, I did bring her back. That's what it is. It comes with a cost, blah, blah, blah. And then he's like realizing the mistake. And he's just like, if that's the case, then please put her back and let her rest in peace. And Genie goes, third wish. If I recall, you already had a third wish. What was it? Oh yeah, it was bring Halftall back. And my man was like,
Yeah.
oh shit.
Yeah. That one was yeah, I was like, oh, and that other Abdul was fighting him, and he just let them all up.
Yeah, they were tearing Portland up, man. And I love that. Like, here's something that's gonna constantly bother me. All these people know Jotaro, Joseph, Kakuen, Avdol, Polarev. All of them know that there is not a single part of this journey that has not been met with an enemy stand user. And they keep letting someone walk by themselves.
Yeah.
And then when they question, hey, this person is taking a while, no one bothers to go look.
Yeah. I know.
That's the only complaint I have about this.
Well, Joseph was like, he was like, I'm a little worried about him. He hasn't came back, and it's getting dark.
I think that was just worried. Like, I think we made him feel too bad. But
What
Avdol
what
went.
could it what could it do that made him feel bad?
Avdol's dad and telling him son died. That's what his whole walk was about: a journey of reflection and like guilt.
Yeah, I still feel. I mean, it wasn't that bad, but I did like how the voices matched up, and they're like, oh yeah, la di da di.
He died, he do. But you know, zombie Avdol shows up and they are fucking pulling Riff off. He was like so, I guess, in shock that he even bothered to summon his stand. And then when he finally summoned it, Genie Dude came in and made it null and void or whatever. And that's when actual Avdol showed up. And then he made the elaborate, intricate explanation that, oh, when I got stabbed, my head was tilted up. So the bullet didn't go through my brain. It merely grazed my skull and left a bruise. See? And I was just like, debatable, but sure.
Yeah, I think it was a good one. Um, yeah, I mean, if you think about it, he could have been looking, and then it went like, shoo, and then that was all she wrote.
I would say it seems possible. It seems possible, so it's feasible. That's how I see it. That's what sure. I was sure. Okay.
Yeah,
We'll rock with it. That's fine. So after shows up to save the day, and he's like, I'll ask for wishes, but instead of 3, I want 4. And he's like, what, 4? I was like, yes, 4. You can't grant me 4? You said you grant me wishes. I want 4 of them. And he's like, the first one is I want you to scream in pain. The second one, I want you to cry in agony. The third one, I want you to regret and scream in regret. Or it was all like a variation of the same wish. I'm like, you just want this man in pain.
yeah. He was like this, that, and the other, and blah. I was like, oof.
Now we're gonna get to one of my favorite parts. Is like they defeat the stand. Now they're looking for the stand user. And it's like that stand user has to be nearby. So they find a dude breathing on the ground, and Pololith put like dirt, bugs, something else in there, and dude's like, "Oh, that was close." And Abdul is just like, why don't we bond over pissing?" And they just start pissing in the tube. And the funny part to me was, come on, he's like, come on, Polnareff, let me hear a hearty laugh. And he's like, I take it back. I'm starting to think you did change. I'm thinking that bullet maybe affected your brain.
Yeah, it was. It might have grazed him, but yeah, it still was funny though.
It was funny. All right, so like they defeat the guy, they find him to beat him. Then Polnareff shows up and like, you'll never believe who I found. Avdol shows up and Joseph's like, come on, let's go. And Joseph's like, or Jojo said something casual too, and they're like, are you guys not as happy as me? And they're like, oh, we all knew we had to lie to you because you can't keep secrets.
Yeah, and I got family members like that. I know. Where you know not to tell them nothing.
Don't tell them nothing.
Cause they
Oh
tell them, they're
man.
like, guess what I just heard? Or da, da, da. I'm like, dang, we told you a secret, and now look at you.
I guess I could briefly talk about the High Priest. I only watched part one, but like again, like they know trouble follows them everywhere. I don't know why would you do something as risky as entering a submarine in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah,
I feel like there's not enough thinking behind these strategies, and that was a lot. That was probably a ton of money that just didn't even make it to the second episode. That
yeah,
thing is
he has a,
down and under.
yeah, they have a foundation, so they just have a whole bunch of money.
Yeah, they just use man. Listen, but they're in the
Yeah,
submarine, and like there's this Stan. Well, let me back up a little. Joseph called his wife Susie, and she asked if he talked to his daughter, whose name I forgot. And she's like, yeah, she just says she has a cough, but then he gets with the other guy who's in on where they're at. And it's like, nah, she sounds like she's getting worse. She's put up a front for her mom, but she sounds like she's not getting any better. So that ends the conversation. And then, I think they're eating, and a stand comes out of nowhere and slices the bionic hand of Joseph, which I'm wondering if he's going to be able to get fixed.
I would say yes, but I I did like how the stand Kakyoin brought 5 cups, and they're like, oh, why'd you bring a 6 cup?
Oh yeah, that's how it showed up. That's how it showed up. It was the sixth cup, and he was like, I could have sworn I brought five. Huh.
Yeah,
Then it was just that's when you learned it could like kind of transform into anything. It was just really kind of OP.
well, anything made out of certain materials
Oh, it
on
can't
Earth
copy
matter.
other materials.
Like, I think the way he put it was like inorganic matter. Like he could do. I think he could do like metals and stones and plastics if they have certain particles in it.
But water too, right? Water is organic, or no?
It is organic, but the way he described it is it has had like a mineral. Like water is just floating. I don't think it has a mineral per se. But if it was mineral water, it might be a different story. Like it was,
Fonzie.
yeah. If it was like iron and iron flake or something in the middle of water, then it probably could go through the water. Which is funny because another book, the way that they get their powers is like they drink metals, and the metal gives them different abilities, like they can push or pull things and whatnot. So, but yeah, they drink metals.
Yeah. So, you get to that. Joseph gets his hand cut off, and this thing just starts transforming into things and hiding and attacking and hiding and attacking, and they're ready to get out of there because water was coming in. That's how it got in. It cut a hole in the ship, and now water was getting in, and it was sinking. And it ended up transforming itself into the wheel, which was interesting because I thought there was only one. I thought I only saw one wheel on that door.
It was only one wheel.
Right, so wouldn't that mean there's a different way to open that door, or maybe it was just intertwined with the wheel and the wheel's still there?
Oh yeah, the end from the wheel is still there.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So yeah, it like intertwined with the wheel, and then like it tried to attack Kakuin, or I think it was Kakuin that tried to open the door, and Jotaro caught it with Star Platinum, and just as he was about to squeeze it to death, it turned into a razor blade, and Star Platinum's hand got cut up. So therefore, Jotaro's hands got cut up. And they made to escape, and I thought Jotaro was gonna stay because he was just not moving and staring at the thing, and he was just like, "I'll get you," and then he went away too. Very briefly, before all that, Jotaro did talk to Susie, and which made her question why Jotaro's not in Japan and why he's with Joseph. And after that, Joseph told Jotaro he shouldn't have talked to her, but he'll take care of it. And I'm waiting for the next episode. Well, the next episode is waiting for me.
Yeah. But yeah, how excited were you that Abdul came back?
I was I like Abdul. I like him.
Yeah.
I just felt like I was already he was dead in my head, so I was just like I was all right. I managed. He's back. That's cool. I did want to see more of his. I prefer his stand than Kakuin's and Polaris.
Yeah. He was the man.
And Abdul seems like he's on a tier of like smart.
He's up there.
He's up there, yeah.
Yeah. That man's smart. He just doing all the things. Like, yeah, you go Abdul, sir. Yeah, I did. I was like, they finally got him back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they got him back.
He's back, baby. When you're on the phone.
Man was taking care of animals on an island.
Yeah. I still was like, oh, it's his dad. I was like, they sound just alike.
Guess we know who he got his voice from.
I was like, hey, no, he sounds just like him. So I was like, I have no idea. But anyhow, but yeah, that's it.
He looked really young to me. I was like, Dad? Are we brother, baby?
They say black don't crack, baby.
Hey.
I would say, yeah, like he was real young then. But yeah, the next one is heating up a little bit. You're gonna find some stuff. Yeah, you're gonna get into some turmoil here in a few. You still got a long ways to go.
I know.
Yeah, you might as well start binge watching.
I'm trying, though. Believe it or not, I'm trying.
Because it's crazy out there in the streets.
I'm gonna give it the old college try.
Yeah, you do that. Do it, big baby.
Baby.
But yeah, I guess we should we wrap this up? You got anything else you want to talk about?
No, we should probably just wrap it up. I got nothing.
Okay, well, go ahead and take us out, sir.
That's gonna do it for this episode. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you next week. Peace.
Peace.